So I want to address this notion of victimhood head on, as it applies to racism, or whenever the term racism is used or racism is addressed, victimhood comes closely behind in order to dismiss any claims of racism. And there's an important distinction here in terms of victimhood. So if you are claiming that you are not able to achieve or do something in society because of racism, that could be linked to victimhood in a way. You're claiming that you are unable to move forward, or you're claiming that your life is impacted by racism in a way that you are unable to achieve and get on. And I believe that in the current climate, you can get on if you work hard enough. And my friends and my friend group are absolute testament to that. They've done wonderful things and achieved wonderful things through hard work. And I've done another post where I've said that people have said to me, I've not got good grades because I think it might be racism. And I've said, listen, I don't particularly agree with that. So racism can be used as a comfort balm for people of colour in order to explain why they've not achieved something, or to make them feel better because they have not achieved something. And that is using racism potentially as victimhood. So that's one dimension of it, okay? The second dimension of it is using racism as an identification mechanism to highlight oppression. You're identifying racism. That's the second dimension. Victimhood has nothing to do with this second dimension, okay, of identifying. Because in identification and identifying that something exists, it allows you to then deal with it. If you're raising something, if you're diagnosing a problem, then you're identifying and diagnosing in order to find a remedy to sort it out. Okay, and I use this analogy. If money was stolen from your bank and you report the fact that you've had a fraudulent activity on your account and you report that to your bank, you would need to do that in order for them to identify the source of the fraud and have your funds recovered. Racism equally needs to be identified and reported in instances in order for it to be identified, in order for society to recover its humanity. In cases of oppression and injustice where racism exists. Now, victimhood is used in that way in order to stop the movement of anti-racism, in order to keep the structures of oppression in place. We don't want to have to deal with the fact that racism exists and thereby find the remedy and thereby extinguish it, remove it. Because it serves a purpose to privilege. And ultimately, we do not want that privilege removed. We want people who are using it in that way want to continue to have the right to be racist.